Right lads, CFC Vlogger here, and welcome to another weekend preview. This is just, if you haven't watched the first January show, where I go through my predictions and thoughts on the matches on the opening Premier League weekend, as well as the Charlton game. This week we've got an additional game, well not an additional game, but a different competition. Obviously the UEFA Super Cup is on this year, between Chelsea and Bayern. I'll be giving my thoughts on that after the Premier League and Charlton games. So we'll go ahead and start off with the lunchtime kickoff on Saturday. First we've got Manchester City versus Hull City. Despite Man City losing to Cardiff and Hull City beating Norwich, I still feel like Man City will get a win. I think now they need to redeem themselves and the players will go out and get a 2-1 win. That's my prediction, 2-1 win. I can't see them. Obviously Hull riding a bit of hard, their first win in the Premier League, since being back, but I think I can still see. I think Man City will still be able to have enough to be able to see out Hull. The second game is Cardiff versus Everton. It's a 1-1 draw. I mean, Everton have been very average this year. They haven't looked like they had that firepower. They've looked decent. I mean, they haven't looked like what they should look like, considering they've still got Fellaini and Baines. You know, they haven't lost nearly as many players as I thought they would, but it's kind of Roberto Martinez. I think he's changing them, and he's changed them into a very average team rather than a team that will be heading towards the top of the league. So, and Cardiff obviously coming off a bit of a high, but I don't think they've got. It's a hard one. I could very well see Cardiff winning that match, but you know, I reckon they won't have enough to hold them out for a draw. Next game is West Ham versus Stoke. I predict a 1-0 win for West Ham. There's not really much to say about that. It's just West Ham. I think they've looked quite good. You know, Nolan's looked good since we started Noble. You know, they've looked good. I think Joe Cole's been playing well. You know, so I think they could really. I think they've got enough to see off Stoke, especially when they're at home. Then we've got Norwich versus Southampton. I'm going to 3-2 win for Norwich. I expect Pablo Vada to start for Southampton. Obviously, I think he didn't start before just because he'd only been there for a few days. Now he's had over a week there. I think he will start. But Norwich, I think Norwich looked good despite losing to Hull, which you could count as a bit of an unlucky loss, really. There was a couple of dubious decisions in that, but I think Norwich have enough to beat Southampton. We've got Newcastle versus Fulham. Newcastle still looking for a striker. They haven't got that firepower up front for me. Obviously, like Maremi, they got him on a season-long loan, but he's been injured. And Fulham, obviously, the first time they play Bent, he scores, and that's just what Darren Bent does. He just scores goals, and I know it from when I watched him down Charlton. When he played for Sunderland, even I think his first half of the season at Aston Villa, he just scores goals, and when you play him, he will score you goals. You know, but you know, they should be playing him, and a 2-1 win for Fulham is about what you would expect. You got Palace versus Sunderland. I think the way Palace have been going at the moment, they've been building momentum. I think they can nick a win here. I reckon a 1-0 win. Obviously, we went 1-0 up against Stoke. It was Stoke, wasn't it? Before then, conceding 2 goals within like 4 minutes. I think they've built up enough momentum. Although they haven't been winning, they have been playing well, and not playing well, but kind of holding tight. And I think they've got enough to nick a win off Sunderland at home. Next game is West Brom versus Swansea. A 3-1 win for Swansea. Again, not much to say about that. Swansea, despite losing, they have looked good, and you know they got absolutely hammered by Man United in the first day. But like before Man United scored their 2 goals, like two of the goals, they looked quite good. So you know, in the first half an hour or so, Swansea looked good. It's just unfortunate that our face Man United are just so clinical. The next game, Liverpool versus Manchester United. Obviously, big rivalry there. Short and kind of shrunk, so it's still a huge rivalry due to location, but it's not as important as it used to be. It used to be almost a title decider. Now, not so much because Liverpool have dropped off. I predicted 2-1 win for Man United. Liverpool always really make a hard job of it, from when they were title challengers, even when like last couple of years, they've still made a hard job of it for United because of the passion there. I still think that United will get a 2-1 win on that one. You got Arsenal versus Spurs, another big derby, and it's been of big importance recently, and they're both in the Champions League chase together. Between Arsenal and Spurs, I think it'd be 2-2 draw. I don't even know what's going on with the Bale thing. I've just completely lost interest in that. I'm getting really bored of it. It's been close for like 2 weeks, it's been like that close, but it just hasn't been happening. He won't be playing, but Soldado looks like he'll just score, even though it's birthing from penalties. You can still see he has that instinct for goal. Giroud and Podolski have both been on target for Arsenal recently. So I think it'll be a good game, as they generally are in North London derbies. They tend to be good games, and I reckon it'll be a 2-2 draw. Now on to the Charlton game. Obviously, we have been playing absolutely shocking defensively. Going forward, we've been alright, but defensively, we've been on another level shocking. And so I can't see that ending. I don't like being negative. Obviously, I've been predicting wins or draws all the way through, but I have to say 2-1 to Leicester, because Leicester are a good team. They've got a strong squad, and we got a good history against Leicester last year, but our defence has just not been there this year, and it's really unfortunate because the attackers have been there really. Hoping Church, he will nick himself a goal. He's been doing really well. I think he's scored in every game he's played, even though the one against Doncaster won't count. But yeah, he's a good. I like the looks of him. Even Kermo scored against his old team, as he's done both times he's faced them so far. That'd be nice. So yeah, it's a good. Just looking out window, things rattling. So yeah, I'll be looking. I'm not looking forward. Obviously, I'll be a review of that match up tomorrow. Because I will be going to it as it is a home game. You'll be able to see how happy or unhappy I am. Hopefully we'll finish this game. But now moving on to the UEFA Super Cup final. Chelsea, the winners of the Europa League, and Bayern, the winners of the Champions League. Should be a good match, Guardiola versus Mourinho again. And it should be a good match, really. But I'd have to say 3-2 to Bayern. Bayern again, this year they've looked really good. I think they've played 3 games and have won all of them. And Chelsea, they've looked good this year, but don't think they quite have the quality yet to see off the quality of Bayern Munich, which is unfortunate. But yeah, this has been the CFC Vlogger. I've been the CFC Vlogger. This has been the weekend preview. Please like, subscribe, comment your thoughts, and I'll see you guys later.